Greetings. Few problems tonight. I was all ready to go and it all switched off. So I'm sorry, folks. I had to start all over again. Problems. It just didn't go well. Didn't start well tonight. All ready to go, and it decided to just throw me out of the system. So that's what happened. Anyway, hope everyone is well on this rather sad day in music. We'll talk about that a little bit later. So what's been going on? Well, we've had 1,887 views this week, 6 new subscribers. Rocky started already. Can we get it? Yeah, then. I'll keep him quiet for 5 minutes. So we've had 6 new subscribers. Well, you've been watching. Wow, number 3, Fleetwood Mac. It's all gone wrong tonight, Dave. The whole thing just blew up in my face. Okay, yeah, it all blew up in front of me. I'll hold on. If you're watching this on a later date, I've had a technical hitch, and Dave is going to get everybody on the other one. So ignore the beginning of that. I'm going to hang on till everyone comes in. If you're coming from the other one, will you just let me know you're here, because I've had a technical hitch tonight. Hate technical hitches. While we're waiting, I'll sort out the backdrop. There we go. He's got enough room to get through there. Oh, I hate when things like this. Don't know if I can alter that. Hi, Ian. Hi, Richard. What a mess. What a mess. Yeah, it's just what happened tonight, Richard. I got all ready to go, and I was just about, when I hit live, it all just went blank. Absolute nightmare. So poor old Dave's going to have to keep going and checking there's no one in the other one. Hope you're well, Richard. I'll be emailing you this week so we can do our 70 show. Good evening, Ralph. Welcome to Cock Ups R Us. Well, technical things. I hate it when things go wrong like that. I'll be explaining this all night. I went to Stoke Live last one, and I went to hit the go thing on the live stream, and it just chucked me out of YouTube. Good evening, Nick. Thank you very much for your explanation of the adult chart in America. Much appreciated. Right, I hope no one else goes in the other room now, because it doesn't exist on my side. Anyway, busy week this week. Good evening, Rob. Welcome to Chaos Reigns, and technical things go wrong with YouTube. Excellent. Yeah, anyway, 1,187 views in the last 7 days. 6 new subscribers, which is fantastic. What you've been listening to? Fleetwood Mac Live, 44 views. Nick Cave and the Bad Seeds, 56. Pick a Mix in the Camera's View Genesis got 61. In the last 28 days, 4,976 views, 18 new subscribers. Top 3, coming number 3, Straubs with 89, Nick Cave 96, David Lee Roth 115. No change in the top 3 on the lifetime views. 618 subscribers now, and that is 126,690 views. Last week's Battle of the Debuts was won by Gentle Giant, folks. But not a huge margin, but a significant margin. And I know a lot of you must know now, we have got a death to talk about this week. And that is the sad death of Jeff Beck on the 10th. A death of a legend, which I'll talk about a bit more about that in a moment. So what we got for you next week? Lots of viewers' requests. We're going to be starting on Monday with the album ranking of Cooler Shaker, which is a request. Classic album next week is Mott the Hooples, All the Young Dudes. Looking forward to that one. Tuesday, another viewers' request album ranking. We have got Feeder. Retro ranking next week, of course, is going to be a tribute to Jeff Beck. Gone through today, literally all my Jeff Beck albums, picking my favourite tracks. So I'll be doing that. Now, Wednesday, we haven't got a marathon as such, because you'll find out why. But we have got a viewer's request. We're doing an album ranking of Alan Parsons' Project. Another one I'm looking forward to. Also on Wednesday, we have got a one-off album review, and it's the last part of the Gong story. I had talking of Gong, I had a really nice comment about me doing the whole of the Gong because no one else has done it. So to finish it all off, we've got an album called I Am Your Egg, and that is Ginny Smith, David, and Orlando Allen, and that's part 9. Got a really good Battle of the Debuts for you next week, guys. We've got David Jones versus Reginald Dwight, known to us as David Bowie and Elton John. Really looking forward to that one. I've been listening to them 2 albums all week. Looking forward to that. Next week's Pick and Mix. It's a producer, and it's probably one of the ones it's not one of my favourites, but it's Robert Lang. Then we got a live stream. Then Friday, live album ranking. We have got the Beatles, looking at the Beatles live albums. There's not many, but they are all good. And we've got a sort of a new show. It's called The Nearly New Album. Now, this show is where Ian has totally mucked up from 2022 and forgot to review an album. And it's Stryper and the Final Battle. Yes, I'm a Stryper fan and I forgot all about it. So I'm sort of a Wally of the week. Also, we have got a proper brand new album next week. We've got Iggy Pop's new album, Every Loser. Yeah. So that's how we'll dive into what the work in progress is at the moment. Again, for the Bond films, up to 14 of the 25. Wishbone Ash is it's not near enough completed, but we're down to 16 of the 24. Gary Newman, 10 of the 19. David Bowie, I've listened to 10 of 26. Focus, 13 of 14. They're nearly done. Renaissance, 11 of 13. Listen to the first of the Van der Graaf Generator albums, 1 of 13. Portishead, another request, 1 of 3. The Cause, 1 of 7. King Gizzard and the Lizard Wizard, another request, 1 of 20. Ash, 3 of 8, another request. Godley and Creme, 2 of the 7. And Jeff Beck, 1 of 14, because I will be doing an full album ranking. Good evening, Stephen. Burning question. What year was you born? We got the 13th March, but we didn't know what year it was. There we go. Dave has come in. And I've completed listening to the Manic Street Preachers. Right, there we go. I'll be able to do your birthday because it's coming up. Okay, we have got sort of a Wally of the Week, part for me and for not knowing when albums come out, considering I do review albums. What a plank. I've missed out on 2, and you're going to get the other one the next week. What an idiot I am. But we've got a generally Wally of the Week this week. Some chap made a comment on the Cross album ranking. Basically, he couldn't understand why I didn't like Cowboys and Indians, and because I, as you know, I'm not a great lover of hot space, and I compared it to that, and he was quite brutal. Told me I couldn't present a program if I tried. I'm very amateurish. Well, yeah, I am. I am an amateur. I don't get paid for this, and I shouldn't give up the day job. And he said, don't give up the day job. So, well, at the moment, as I'm sort of semi-retired, this is the day job. So he won't be able to comment anymore. It's amazing when it just really gets me when you do say something about someone's favourite album that they don't agree with you. They all go silly and throw their toys out and start getting abusive. So, well, it's going to be a tough one, David. I can assure you this ranking Jeff Beck will be hard. It was hard enough to find me songs for retro ranking, let alone ranking them. I mean, I've listened to Truth again today, and I love that album, even though it's a lot of covers. There's some great playing on there. So it's going to be a tough one. It might take me a little while to get the Jeff Beck albums out. So bear with me on that one. Let's just make that full screen out. There we go. Yeah, it was this morning. I mean, I went to bed early last night. Went to bed about 11:30, which is early for me. And I woke up this morning, and She That Cannot Be Spoken About goes off in the morning. What it does, it gives me the weather and the news. The first thing it told me that Jeff Beck had died, and I just laid in bed shocked and stunned. So I got up this morning, got ready, did a little tribute, and then once I'd finished recording today's shows, I went through. I spent all day sorting out through my Jeff Beck tracks. Yes. Well, you've had everything, so you can't have anything else. Come and lay down. And it's been a Jeff Beck day today, and I've sorted out. I've got a top 10, and I've had to do 5 honourable mentions. Oh dear, what a day. And then we start off tonight with it's just about to go live, and they all went down. Modern technology. So yeah, had an entertaining afternoon with Mastermind Dave on the again on She That Can't Be talked about. You remember a few weeks ago we was talking about children's songs. We was going through children's songs this afternoon, and we've got together they've put together a children's top 20 of children's songs. There's going to be quite a lot of different sort of retro rankings coming up this year, not just on bands. Going to mix it up a little bit more. We've got enough stuff to do a children's TV theme, a cop TV theme, and just all them things from make it a little bit more retro and just doing music. So looking forward to that. Yes, you mean splurge. Well, I had a splurge about 2 years ago of Jeff Beck. And I've got everything now. I've had little bits and bobs, but I've got more. I mean, I brought, was it Loud and what's it called? Live. What's the thing you hold in your mouth? I'm having a mental block here. A Tannoy or whatever it's called, I can't remember. Yeah, I brought that inhaler. Well, I think that's what it's called. Hold on, I'll make sure, because I don't like making myself look stupid. Let's bring up that and go there. I'm trying to multitask here, folks. Loudhailer, that's it. Thanks, Ralph. Yeah, I was listening. I love that album. I brought it when it came out. It's absolutely a banging album. I like Jeff the Guitar Shop as well. Oh, what a great selection there. Queen 2. Excellent album. Stormwatch, Dark Side of the Moon. Thunderbolt and Ammonia Avenue. What a good selection there, Stephen. That'll be good. I must admit, I've been listening to the new Iggy Pop album. You forget that guy is 75 years old. Pretty good album. I was quite impressed. What else have I been listening to? I've been doing a lot of stuff for the live album rankings lately. Get myself ahead of things, so I've got plenty. Yeah, that I don't think. The only one I'm not so keen on is the last one that he did with Johnny Depp. I love how Jeff's playing on it, but I don't like Johnny Depp singing on it. But I do like the ones that it was he did with Rod with the Jeff Beck band. Now I was with my mate Lee today, and he came up with a really valid point that he reckons that Rod and Jeff were doing Led Zeppelin style songs before Led Zeppelin. So yeah, so yeah, so it was a bit of a shock, to be honest. Is there anyone still in the waiting for me on the cock up stream? How's the poll going? That was an interesting one, doing a bit of thrash metal today. Well, that keeps it even, Stevens, because it's Slayer on the Community and Fistful of Metal here. So, Pictures of an Exhibition is a quality album. I was actually listening to that over the weekend. I've come to the thing during the week, I listen to stuff for the channel. And then at the weekend, I dive into my favourite albums. Hence why I'm not getting through so many now, because I don't need to, because we've got loads of stuff to be getting on with. So I can start listening to other stuff than what I'll do on the channel. Unless it is one of my favourite bands, because I'm actually listening to someone at the moment who is one of my faves. I'm not listening to Gary Moore stuff at the moment as well, because that's coming up soon. So next week, as I said, is the last part of the Gong story, which has been a really, really interesting voyage for me. There's some bits of Gong I don't like. I mean, Mother Gong was really hard going because it's more like a story than music. But the one I really enjoyed was the Pierre Moulin era. It's got lots of vibraphone on, and he's actually played with Mike Oldfield. So, yeah. Yes, and Jeff has done the opposite with Cozy Powell. He plays on Cozy Powell's Tilt album, which is my favourite Cozy Powell album. Also, Gary Moore plays on it. So you've got Gary Moore, Cozy Powell, and Jeff Beck on an album. What more can you ask for? The two tracks that Jeff plays on are one called Hot Rock and Cat Moves. The guitar work on both of them are absolutely superb. Yeah, Blow by I like Blow by Blow. When I've got a rough idea where my top three are. There's three albums that to me are the best, and it's just the others are going to be the hardest, because I don't think there is not really one bad Jeff Beck album out there. He never made bad albums. Even these 80s albums, the guitar sound on it is just terrific. He could make that guitar talk. I mean, there's been a quote. I was watching other people's what they've been putting about Jeff Beck, and there was a quote saying that Jeff Beck played the way he played his guitar because he always wanted to break the rules, and if he didn't break the rules 10 times in a song, he wasn't doing his job. But you know, to get meningitis, that's nasty. And my younger brother had it when he was 4 years old. It was touch and go, and I don't know. It's just so sad. It's really sort of put a downer on things. I mean, that's a good choice, Ralph. Yeah, because it's 2 years roughly since we lost Neil from Rush. This time last year we lost Meatloaf. Not good. But I mean, in the world of sport, we've lost Pele and Vialli. They say it comes in threes, isn't it? So then we've had Pele, Vialli, and Jeff Beck. There's so much love out there for Jeff Beck. There's the stars I've seen paying, tribute. Ozzy, Jimmy Page, Gene Simmons, obviously Ronnie Wood and Rod as well. It's been devastating for poor old Rod Stewart. I mean, he's lost his two brothers and one of his best friends within a matter of months. It's not nice at all. I'm on the last of my Elvis juice tonight. It's a good job I bought some the other week, isn't it? Some more beer. Yes. As you can see, Rocky's very vocal tonight. The last couple of days, the weather hasn't been... Good grief. When did Dennis die? Yeah, not good. He died as well on the 10th. Jeez. Better add the wrecking crew to the laundry list then. And we've got Savoy Brown as well. To add to the list because of Kim dying. What? What's up now? What do you want? Come here then. Come here. Oh, I don't know. We can. Here he comes, trouble. There's Rocky, yeah, the main man. I wonder if that bloke's watching that says he's a noise. Third attempt, Mick. Scream tinned. Hopefully he'll be quiet for a little while. Well, yesterday it rained here all day and he just refused to go out anywhere. The furthest he went was under a bush so he could do what he needs to. And I brought a new bulb yesterday for in here. For the new, because in the mornings, if you noticed, even I usually record sometime between 8:30 and 9. And for the last week, it's been that black and dark. I thought, no, I need to get a new bulb. So I went into town yesterday and I went and brought one of these She Who Can't Be Named bulbs. Because I can do things like this now if I wanted to. Alexa, turn the bedroom light green.
Bedroom doesn't support that.
So we'll try again. Alexa, turn the bedroom light.
I missed something. Can you say it again?
Alexa, dim the bedroom light.
Bedroom doesn't support that.
That's unbelievable because it was doing it earlier. But all right, Alexa, turn the bedroom light off.
Okay.
It does. Alexa, turn the bedroom light on.
Okay.
There we go. It should say it because he did do another colour the other day. But hey ho. If he doesn't do that, I'll swap it with the one in the lounge because that does do it. Yeah. Well, the one in the lounge does. Let's have one more go. Alexa, turn the bedroom light red. Well, she's not even talking to me now. Alexa, turn the bedroom light red.
Bedroom doesn't support that.
Looks like I'm going to have to go back into the app and have a look. But at least now I can just see here, and if it does go dark when I'm recording, I can just tell it to switch on. Right, time for a quiz time this week. This is an easy one. They're all back. they're all back covers. And they've all got something in common as well. But do you know? Does anyone want to have a stab at the albums? I'll get out of the way with that one, but we know what that one is anyway. Anyone have a stab at them? Yeah, I'm going to have to look into that. Also, I'm wearing my new sweatshirt, as you can see, with the new branding on it. Available on Rebel Buzzers. But steering Number the Beast, yeah. No, it's not Hello. No, Yedges, it's Hello Must Be Going. But seriously. Number of the Beast. That one's pretty obvious, though. The one right behind me. Tunnel of Love, yeah, excellent, Nick. I mean, the one up here, it's got the title on the back. But do you recognise anybody from one of my favourite? That's a bargain, Dave. £7. Yeah, this one here. It was a one-off album. Does anyone know that one? Nazareth, no. One of my favourite bands, though. And that one's easy. That one there. Oh, that one there, that's easy. Now, it's the chap in the top right corner that you might recognise. I don't think anyone's going to get that one. I'll give out a clue. One of them people in that picture used to be in Status Quo. And he's just retired from playing on stage. But the good news is the band that backed him is still carrying on, and they've got a new YouTube channel. So there's got two. You've just got two to identify. Yeah, I've been putting together some Grimjack. No. Well, the name of the band, the one that no one's get, is that they're called Partners in Crime. The album's called Organised Crime. And the rest of the band are, you can see up there. It's in red, I can't really tell. Max McCauley, Ray Majors, Mark somebody on the keyboards, and that's the singer. But it's that chap there. Anyone recognise him? Well, that one is Full Moon River, Tom Petty. That's the back cover of Tom Petty. And that is that the mystery man in that picture is John Coghlan of Status Quo. Good try, Stephen, but no, that's John Coghlan of Status Quo with permed hair. That album come out 1985. That came out. It's all right. Let's do that because poor old Rocky won't be able to come back in. They are then. Are you coming in? Come here then. Well, he's peering over the. Oh, yeah, they can all see you, you know. I've seen Quo. When last time I saw Quo, God, it's got to be more than 10 years ago. And the reason I stopped going is because I was surrounded. When I went, I was surrounded around people that had got Christmas baubles in their hair, and they jumped up and down for burning bridges and rocking all over the world. But when they did things don't like waste my time 4,500 times and Softer Rider, they sat down and said, "What's this?" And someone said, "This is proper," quote. No, that nonsense you jump up and down to. And I thought, no, I can't go to concerts like this where people are going to get excited about songs I really don't like. So that was it. But I did see. That would have been a cracking tour, Stephen. That would have been an excellent tour. I didn't see them on that tour because I was still recovering from a back operation I had when I was 14. So I was active, but not active enough to go to gigs. First time I saw Quo was at Leicester de Montfort Hall on the End of the Road tour. And then obviously I saw them at Milton Keynes Bowl, which was a damn good day. I saw them, next time I saw them was at Nebworth Park when they were on the Queen. Yeah, it was at Leicester. God. I saw them on most tours from 80. Sometimes I saw them at Oxford and I've seen them they played Northampton. Yeah, that's about right. That's about right. Well, I know there was a quote talking of things like that. I don't know if it was you, Ralph, said about on the Jeff Beck that the only song that Joe Public know is Hi Ho Silver Lining. It's probably one of the tracks that Jeff didn't like. I mean, I don't mind Roundabout Me, but yeah, it's the only one they all jump up and down to. Well, I like Loner of Lonely Heart, but you won't get them jumping up and down to Siberian Tattoo and such like, do you? Yeah. But then again, that's like most bands. I mean, I remember seeing Iron Maiden when they did the didn't play anything, past, I think, would it have been Power Slave? There was all these new fans saying they're playing all their old shit. Someone actually said that they are paying all their old shit. Couldn't believe that they're playing. But then again, I like all that old shit. So, you know what I did catch on YouTube? Some Deep Purple with their new guitar player. He's pretty good. Playing their crappy long stuff. How rude. Obviously not a fan of Closer to the Edge then. Yes, I have seen it. I haven't investigated it yet properly, but I will have a look at it, see if there's anything on there that I haven't got from that era. If it's a lot of stuff that I've already got, I probably won't buy it. If it's on Spotify, I'll give it a listen. But I'm sure there's an album coming out very, very soon that both Mick and myself are probably. Yeah, there's one album that me and Mick are definitely looking forward to, aren't we? It's coming out very, very soon by Uriah Heep, Colours and Chaos. What I've heard so far, I think it's absolutely brilliant. But I will say that anyway, won't I? Being a big Uriah Heep fan. I think I'm sure it's going to be brilliant because I think Uriah Heep is still one of the best of all the older rock bands. I think Uriah Heep are the one that are still pretty consistent. Okay, there's only Mick Box left from the original band. But I don't care because Bernie's been there a long time. I mean, I saw Bernie when he first joined Uriah Heep. I saw them at a place called Mildenhall. Was at Mildenhall Speedway track. They had and the Mildenhall Blues Festival, and they were on. I'd say you like them, Mick. I've made you part with your good money. Yeah, so on this when I saw them on that tour, yeah, I agree. I think they're not like their classics, but when I ranked them, I did think highly of their later stuff. I think most bands, they went through that 80s patch, didn't they? All these older bands putting out this smooth nonsense, but they all come back with a vengeance. I mean, I like the new Journey album. I thought that was brilliant. And I mean, what I've heard of Iggy Pop's pretty good, so I was well impressed. Yeah, that's the trouble with it, David, isn't it? You get these concerts. It used to be like that when you went to the NEC, because if you the last train back to where I lived went at a certain time, and the only way you could do it, you had to catch a train all the way down to Milton Keynes to come all the way back. Now there used to be you had to catch a train at about 12:30, got into Milton Keynes at 12:30, then you had to hang around till 1 o'clock in the morning. Absolute nightmare. But hey ho, we did foolish things. I think the latest I got home from a gig was Nebworth Park in 1985. It absolutely peed a rain all day, and that was when we went to see Deep Purple. And because it rained all day, all the coaches were parked in fields, and they all got clogged in. And in them days, there was no such thing as mobile, so you couldn't phone home. I think I walked in my, I was living at home then. I walked back into my mum's house at about 6 o'clock in the morning. Absolutely. Oh, I'll be looking forward to that, Richard. It'll be interesting. Yeah, that's bad, isn't it? Bad timing. But that's how it is. I don't know what it's like these days. I know that what I used to like, if there was a big gig at Wembley Stadium, you could get a train. There was Wembley Stadium train. There'd be trains back into Marylebone, so you could get across London to get to Euston. But that was in the days when they had these multiple units of about 12 carriages, and as one pulled off, one pulled in. Brilliant. And they'd empty Wembley Stadium. If a gig finished at 11 or 10:30, everyone would be gone out. I dread to think how much T-shirts are now. I mean, if it's anything like the extortionate prices for tickets. As much as I love live music and big bands, I just refuse to pay stupid amounts to go and see my favourite bands now. I mean, I was lucky enough. I saw a lot of the bands I've seen them when they was probably at their prime. I mean, I wouldn't go and pay that money to go and see Kiss now. I mean, I saw them twice, both great. But I wouldn't go and pay and see them now. I've heard this rumor that Gene's going to leave after this tour. I don't know how true that is. Next month, I'm actually going to a gig for the set that I should have gone last year, but it was cancelled because of COVID. Going to see the Queen Extravaganza, which will be interesting. So I might do a little gig review on that. I won't take any footage though. I'll just talk about it. That really bugs me at concerts when people sit there and get their phones, and all you can see is these phones in the air when you're trying to. If someone's behind, if you're in front, someone in front of you is filming with their phone, all you can see is their hand up in the air. I remember when we went to see Fish up at Rock City. Now I went with a mate who's he doesn't mix his words. And when the one song finished, he tapped this guy on the shoulder and went, "I haven't paid so much money to come and see your hand in the air." So if you want to go and do that, do it out of the way. But yeah, I mean, when we were youngsters, we didn't, we didn't have that facility. We just went and enjoyed it, and hoped that they brought it out on DVD or VHS video. I mean, there's quite a lot of concerts that I went to that are out there on video and bits of clips. I mean, I'm on Deep Purple one when they filmed some of it at the NEC on that show that Richie Blackmore threw a wobbly. I'm on the Quo. I'm on a Marillion one at least twice. £4.50. Last time I saw AC/DC, I paid £90. Only because I thought that was the last time they'd tour. That was on the Rock or Bust. Actually saw them at Hampden Park. It was a great gig. The support band were all right. They were like this rockabilly band. But the first gig I went to, which was Status Quo, I think I paid £8.50. It's silly like that. My t-shirt cost a tenner and my programme £4. Talking of AC/DC, it's reminded me of something I was watching the other day on YouTube. There's a great little concert from 1977. I don't know if you guys have seen it. It was done at the Golders Green Hippodrome. And there's a great clip of Angus when they're doing the rocker, actually going through the crowd on the balcony. And he sat on this girl's lap giving it. And then there was one where he jumped up on the balcony itself and started rocking. Absolutely amazing. And the other thing about that was when they did Whole Lot of Rosie, because it was a new track, it was the when Let There Be Rock come out, when he goes da 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 da, there's nothing. There's not Angus. It didn't happen. It's absolutely an absolute belter. So put in AC/DC live at the Hippodrome, and it's Golders Green. It's absolutely brilliant concert. There's a lot of the concerts from them that are appearing on YouTube with AC/DC with Bond now, which is terrific. So yeah, something to watch. What I'll do tomorrow, I'll put it on when I do the Bruce Springsteen live. I'll put the link into it so you can watch it yourselves, because it's pretty damn good. Still Fistful of Metal winning. Yes. I don't think I wouldn't pay 500 quid to go and see Muse these days. Yes, really gone off Muse. Although I do like their older stuff. So not my quiet weekend this weekend, I think, for me. Been so busy the last few weekends, what people to see and stuff. So I'm going to have a nice quiet weekend this weekend. Going to listen to some stuff and watch. I should watch Bond movie. I'm going to watch The Living Daylights this week. I finished watching the Roger Moore stuff. When I was watching A View to the Kill. I always thought that Roger was a bit old for that one. I mean, but because they wanted Pierce Brosnan to do that, but he was hooked up into Remington Steele still. So I would have had Pierce for that, but who knows? But I mean, the Living Daylights has got a connection with Northampton, actually. Oh dear, that's not good. Yeah, I do like Roger Moore because, I mean, Roger Moore was, when I was growing up, he was the first Bond I saw. So, yeah, I'm enjoying watching the Bond films again. Now I've rearranged my surround sound because I wasn't happy with it. So I went what's one of the jobs I did last weekend? I Googled best settings for surround sound, and I painstakingly measured the distance between, everything. And I sat here and wrote all the thing, and I put all the speakers in the right place. And boy, does it sound good. All I've got to do is now put them up a little bit more, so I've got to get some more, put little sockets on the wall where the TV is. So that will be good. Oh yeah, is the weather a bit better out your way, Mick? Oh, I've never had trees fall. I've had fences blown down. Where won't matter so much, but where I used to live, all three sides were fenced, and one side just collapsed. Luckily, that neighbour had a dog, and I had to, and it didn't really matter about them going in our garden and him coming in our garden, because they were doing it. They did it all the time anyway. I think Rocky and Marley loved it because they could, especially if our neighbour had the door open, because they used to go in there all the time. So if her door was open, Rocky, he just used to go in, go and jump on her sofa and fall asleep. You'd wonder, where's Rocky? Well, that's not good. Not good, Mick. At least you're safe. That's the main thing. Now, it won't matter because the flat next to me, the wall there's no one in there. That's in the stairwell up to the flat above me. Yeah, that doesn't matter. Talking of noisy things, the young lady that lives above me, she's got her washing machine makes brutal noises. Now, I was sitting in here last Saturday. Oh, I'll remember that then, David. So I was sitting in here. Hang on, I've got to go. Hi, Dale. I've got to go. Rocky wants some water. Sorry about that, folks. When Rocky's water bowl's empty, if he wants it filling, he scurries it. So in a minute, when he's drank that, he'll want to wee. So I'm not going to get too comfortable. I'm totally lost now because of Rocky. What was we talking about? Yeah, I will remember that, Dave. I'll get some washers. And I was talking about the washing machine, wasn't I? Now, it sounds like it's above me. So when I saw her, I says, is your washing machine above my bedroom? She went, no, it's the other end. I went, blimey. She says, I know, it's a noisy old brute. Glad to see you in here, Dale. I've been really enjoying watching your videos. Well, it's okay because we don't need anything in the laundry list. There's enough in there, I think. There you go. Won't be a minute, folks. Talk amongst yourselves. It is quite windy out there tonight, and his ears were up like this. Just about he was going to take off. He's really he's really funny. I don't know if you're a dog owner, you'll know this, but they don't just go outside. They sniff around. They have to find that right spot before they go. But the trouble with Rocky is he'll finish, turn around, and then he has to have a 5-minute wander around, and then he goes back to where he's been. And you've just done that. Come on in. It's cold out here. Yeah, Dave, I might be interested in my next week Battle of the Debuts. We've got Elton John up against David Bowie. You may be interested in that one. I think I know who's going to win that one. I've listened to both them two albums quite a lot last week. I think I've worked out which one's my favourite. They are interesting albums. All I'll say, Mick, is don't expect them to be like they're normal. Yeah, that's our Rocky. Yeah, they're totally different, Nick, to what their later albums are. Put it this way, one thinks he's a crooner. It will be a surprise, yeah. And one sounds very similar, but there's one album that is nothing like the stuff he went on to do. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to that one. But this week we went for a bit of crash bang wallop. I always intended to do these two, the big four of thrash metal. I mean, I'm not the great lover of thrash metal, but to be quite honest, I think the last time I heard Show for Mercy was about 20 years ago. Yeah, I've got some really good ones lined up for February. Battle. It's one of the hardest. It's a fun show to do, but it's one of the hardest to do prep for because you think of one band and you've got to think of another band or an artist that very similar sort of thing and the year they come out. Spend ages just trawling through people's albums, see when their debuts come out. So that's why I'm going to throw in probably in April, I might do another I've Gone Solo because I'd quite like doing them because it's still a battle. Which I think I might do. I've got some really good ones lined up. I'm not going to tell you them yet, though. I don't think even Dave knows them yet. I know he knows one we've already spoken about. He knows one we're doing, but got a couple of really interesting ones. Now, that's a good idea, Mick. Just mix it up about. Yeah. Yeah, we'll do some live. Instead of doing another I've Gone Solo, in March we'll have Battle of the Live albums. You'll predict a Bowie win, will you? Okay, you heard it here first. Dave has been brave enough to say that a win for Bowie. I was surprised over last week's Gentle Giant. Yeah, I've got a rough idea what the first one will be as well. Tough one for me. Battle of the albums, yeah. Yeah, they are pretty good. You see, although we got the structure of Battle of the Debuts, I can twist it around a bit and have twists. So we could have Battle of the Platinums as well. Two albums from the same, two platinum albums. Or the Battle of the Bestsellers. Not particularly their best album, but their best selling albums. Yeah, loads I can do. Yeah, I might have to change the name. I think what you've just said, Dave, is a pretty good name to change it to, Battle of the Albums, and then we can cover everything. You see, I don't have to do any work, or you guys do it. Yeah, so you guys do come up with some really, really good ideas. I mean, Pick and Mix, basically, is your ideas, not mine. I put one up, but you guys come up with the other two, the producers and the DVDs or VHSs. How do I do my battles? Right. Dale's asked a very good question. What I do? Okay, let's take today's, which was a thrash metal one. Battle. A few months ago, I did a battle of the. I did Metallica against Megadeth. Compare them. What I do? I listen to both albums. I'll go through their song qualities, the production of the album. Then I look at the reception of the album, how the critics thought of it, how it sold, and then I do the cover design, and I'll give it a marks out of 5 on each category. Then we have a winner, but sometimes they're the same. And then what I do then, I'll say my opinion, but then I throw it out to the masses, and we have a poll. There's a poll on all the social medias I'm on. There's obviously, you can see here now, we've got a vote going at the moment on this week's. Then next Wednesday, I add them all up, and then I'll tell you the winner next week. That's how I do it. Toto 4, Foreigner 4. That's pretty cool. Yeah, so that's in a nutshell, the battle of the bands. And the way I do choose it normally, I try and go through different genres. I mean, next week, obviously, we're doing like Elton John and David Bowie. We've done, what have we done in the past? We did Simple Minds against Duran Duran. Done like Saxon against Iron Maiden. That's how I try and choose them. We've done Cliff Richard against Elvis Presley. That's the sort of people we look at. I think I did Pink Floyd against Jefferson Starship. I sometimes try and do an American band and a British band of the same sort of genre when I can. I mean, like I did Renaissance against Genesis. Last week we had 2 of the underrated prog bands, Gentle Giant and Camel. And the year, it's within a year, 1 to 2 years, I try and when their debut albums come out. It does it's a tough old job, but I enjoy doing that one because I have to put a lot of thought into it. Sergeant Pepper versus Pet Sounds. Now that'd be an excellent one, Dale. Oh. 3-1 in favour of Slayer. Whoa, it's building up already. Yeah, last week's Gentle Giant won, and they won convincingly, which I was upset about because I said Camel. And this week I said Fistful of Metal. I just wonder how many backlashes I'll get on this one, because I said that the Slayer album was pretty amateurish and one-dimensional. But then again, Martin Popoff said the same. No, I don't get it right all the time. I mean, there's loads of times that you guys have gone against me. But then again, it's only an opinion. That's why I like to do this, because I like to get your opinions on stuff as well. And it makes it for an interesting show. I don't know many what I can't see. No, I've got so many bits of paper here. They've all got things that I am doing. I'm not very organised. Well, I am. I know exactly what I'm doing. No, that one, that's the top, that's the album one I'm next doing with Richard. That's over here. Oh yeah, I won't go into too much. We've got a Manchester band-based one. Got a Britpop one coming up. I've never seen. I have never seen. The only of them four bands I've seen is Metallica, and the only reason I went to see Metallica because I got in free. I didn't have to pay a penny, and I had probably one of the best views of the gig ever. I think Dave will know what I'm talking about. The end of January battle. Oh yes, yes, that one will be a good one. Yes. Was you paying attention when I said about how I got in to see Metallica for nothing and had a pretty damn good view of it as well? He'll know exactly how I got into that. I had to earn me keep though. No, I didn't get paid for it, but I got in. Yes. Yeah, Dale, I agree. I mean, it's like when I've done my album rankings, people that have, when I've not ranked the most popular and best-selling album number one, I get lots of comments about, well, you know, it's maybe the best-selling album, but it's not their best album. Okay, let's take a band like Dire Straits. Best-selling Dire Straits album is Brothers in Arms, but it's not the best album that Dire Straits ever did. It's simple as that, you know. It's, but you know, we all hear things differently. Oh yes, the Muse album. Oof. I mean, I know I'm doing a retro ranking next month of a bit different. I'm gonna pick the 20 worst songs of a band, and boy am I gonna get some crap over it. I know I am. When I first started this channel, I sort of used to get anxious when people used to start shouting at me. But now I look forward to it because I know there's people out there that are going to yeah. Yes, right. That is absolutely right, Dale. You know, I mean, I think there's a lot of people that do album reviewing on YouTube say this. Because you know what you like. I mean, there's now and again my favorite album is the best-selling album. Doesn't happen very often. It's like, for an example, I know a lot of people know this, but obviously Dale's new to the channel, and Status Quo are my favourite band. But the song one of the songs I really hate is "Rocking All Over the World." I hate it. It's rubbish. That's the sort of thing. Bohemian Rhapsody, not my favourite Queen song by a long thing. It's like if anyone watched Appetite for Destruction this week, Sweet Child of Mine. I can't stand the damn thing. I only have to hear them first opening notes and that's it. Off it goes. I can't stand it. But when it came out, I thought it was good, but it got overplayed. And you just go, oh, I don't want to hear this anymore. And as far as the rest of the yeah. Yeah, so that's a valid comment, Dale. I mean, 9 times out of 10, though, these battles I do like both albums. Yeah, I mean, as I said on the show, I've only got 2 albums by Guns N' Roses, and that's Appetite Destruction and The Greatest Hits. And I don't like all the tracks on The Greatest Hits, to be honest. I mean, I think Civil War's a great track. I like November Rain. I can't stand their version of Live and Let Die. It is the most awful guitar solo. It's totally off key. But then again, I don't mind their version of Only Women Bleed. That's quite good. But I mean, as we said last week, there's this rumor that there's a new album out this year. But I still reckon we'll be sitting here this time next year, and I'll be saying they may release it this year. I don't know. I mean, I'll be quite honest. I'm not a big Guns N' Roses fan. I mean, I've seen them. I've seen them once, and that was at Monsters of Rock. Now, which one was it? Which one was it? I think it was when Iron Maiden were on. Yeah, I sort of agree with you there, Ralph. They were good, but the media hyped them up to be the second coming, and they certainly weren't. What my top favourite bands? Oh, Status Quo, Genesis, ELO, AC/DC, Uriah Heep. I think anything sort of related to the Deep Purple as well, like Rainbow, Dio, Black Sabbath. There's lots. I can't really nail down 5 bands in all honesty, but they're sort of. I like lots of bands. I like different sorts of music as well. I mean, I don't just like headbanging stuff. I mean, I love 70s music. You know, when I was growing up. I mean, Elton John I like, Bowie I love. I like bands like The Seekers, The New Seekers, because I sort of grew up on there from my childhood. I like rock and roll. I love Showaddy Waddy. I've seen them as well. I'm trying to find out when I saw Guns N' Roses. Let's just see if I can multitask. I'm not. I think I know what year it was. I can't. I'm trying to do the video. This is right done to 1988. I think that was the year I saw them. There's a picture of the bands. Well, I don't remember seeing them, but I must have done because I've seen Megadeth. I totally forgot I saw Megadeth. Yes, Monsters of Rock. Headliners were Iron Maiden with Kiss, David Lee Roth, Megadeth, Guns N' Roses and Halloween. I don't remember. I don't remember Megadeth. I really don't. I really don't remember seeing Megadeth. But obviously I did. Yeah, I do. I mean, that's when I sort of really got into music in the 70s. But having parents that like rock and roll, I do like a lot of rock and roll, like Buddy Holly and Eddie Cochran, Jerry Lee, Elvis, like some of the Cliff. But if you go through I mean, there's, I don't know how many shows. Dave will tell you how many album rankings and stuff I've done on the channel. But I like it. I like anything music to me. I don't just stick to one genre. If I like something, I like it. If I don't, I don't. I mean, I love Carole King. I love her stuff. I think she's brilliant. I like Joan Baez. I like Bread. I like the Eagles. I mean, I like stuff that you're not supposed to talk about anymore because it was part of my childhood. And you know, there's shows I'd love to do, but I just daren't. It's like when I was sorting out the children's songs with Dave this afternoon. There's one song from my childhood that I daren't even talk about. You know, you just that you can't talk about it. You know, I don't want to offend people and what have you, but yeah, it's a shame. But there's certain artists when I do a top 10. I mean, there's one artist that I've mentioned that's you shouldn't talk about, but he was in a top 10. And if that artist appears in the top 10 of that week I'm doing, I'll have to mention it because it's a history bit. Doesn't mean that I agree with what that person did, but it's just part of music history. Yeah, absolutely, Dale. Absolutely. But now the song I wanted to put in was a song about two little lads that when they played a game and then they went off to war, and the thing that happened when they were playing as kids happened in war. So I can't talk about it. That's as far as I dare talk about the song. Going back to what Stephen has just said. Tears for Fears, yeah, I like them. OMD, seen them. I've not seen Spandau Ballet, but I have seen a band that John Keeble was in because he played at. Now the pub's called the Black Prince now. I'm just trying to think what it was called before the Black Prince. Dave, I need your help here. What was the the two pubs up Abington Square? One was the Bantam Cock, and then there was the scruffier one at the other end next to it. It's now called the Black Prince, but it was called something else. We've seen Soul Patrol in there. Can't think of the name of the pub now. I keep changing. Wish I wouldn't change pubs' names. Bantam Cock. Yes, it is a good album, Stephen. That'll get a mention next week. XTC, I love XTC. What I like about XTC, they are quintessential English, not British, English. Their albums are so English. I can't think the name of that pub. If I remember in the week, I will say, but of course they are, aren't they, XTC, Stephen? That's your neck of the woods. Yeah, great band. Depends what it is, Dale. Yeah, I think I know where you're coming from on that, because if it's something that you shouldn't be talking about, and if you want to get on YouTube, you can't really start talking about stuff because they're getting a little bit about what words you can say. And I was watching something the other day on this, telling them how to do well. Apparently, people don't like long intros. So I must be doing something wrong then, because my intros, apparently people lose interest. So people like Dale, who does his intros, are fantastic. I like Dale's intros. Mine are quite creative. Apparently people don't. It doesn't thing. But the people that watch the Racehorse, that's the one. Well done, sir. Yeah, you just. But then again, the people that watch our stuff, Dale, I think that they're bum past they watch things for more than 30 seconds. But who knows? Good grief, we've been going for an hour and a half tonight. That's the longest one we've done in a little while. If you want to talk more about it, Dale, go to my email. Email me the album that you've been given, and I'll see if I can give you some advice. There's nothing wrong with your intros, Dale. I think your intros are good. It shows creativity. I think the trouble is today, the younger generations like things boom. They don't like hello, how are you? They say that you shouldn't say things like that, Just get on with it. I find that it is not personal. I like to say hello and how everyone is and talk about the weather. They'll ignore people like that. I must be doing something right. I mean, I've only been going a year and a half. Well, not that really. I started May of 2021. You know, I haven't got millions of subscribers. I've got 618. Yep, absolutely right, Dave. And what, 125,000 odd viewers? I've got a really good little following. You know, I've got some, you know, I'm starting to network with other YouTubers now, like Dale and Rob and Richard and Joe. You know, we'll just carry on what we're doing, because we must be doing something right, Dale, or people wouldn't watch what we put out. And when I look at what people watch my channel, oh, that wasn't very nice. Have you taken it down? I mean, not yet. I need to email Joe. I've got to email Richard this week and email Joe. Yeah, don't let it worry you, Dale, because you know you've got a nice little following, and what you put out is really, really good. Which one's it on, Dale? I'll have a look what they've put. As soon as I finish this, I'll have a look. So I think that's bang out of order. So I watch a lot of people's stuff on your TV, so I don't see all the comments. I think what annoys me is when you have these people slating you off and they haven't even got a channel with subscribers. So, you know, put your money where your mouth is and do something. And I think that people don't, I mean, I know you guys appreciate how much work we put in. And that's everybody. I'm not just talking about me. Anyone that runs a music YouTube channel, or any channel, how much work and effort and time we put in to create these shows. Okay, Dale, I'll go and have a look myself. Is it? I'll have a quick look later before I go to bed to see what I knew it was. It's not nice. People don't appreciate the hard work that we do. Okay, I'll find it. Yeah, I mean, as to a fellow YouTube creator, I think you do a great job. You know, really enjoyed watching your stuff and how you do your stuff. That's always informative, and I enjoy it. And thank you for spending time on my channel as well. I think do a great job. I think we're all grateful. So if you're not my subscribers, if you're not subscribed to Vinyl Dale and you like 70s music and any sort of music, he does a real variety. I mean, he's done Glen Campbell, so there's a bit of variation there. You know, a bit of glitzy stuff, and Glen Campbell, and you can't go wrong there. And the Carpenters, another great band. So if you like music in general, go and subscribe to Dale, Vinyl Dale. There's his name. If you're watching this tomorrow, on a Monday or a Tuesday, go and check out Vinyl Dale. That's all right, Dale, anytime. As you know, it's not as easy as it is. It isn't. You know, we spend a lot of time thinking of, I mean, I know everyone's probably bored of seeing all this. This book here, it's all in written ink. It's not on the computer. Everything in there is what I've sat and listened to since I started the channel. The yellow bits are the ones we've done. So this, and at the top of the page there's a little cross. They're the ones that are pages complete. So that's what I've done. That's full of retro rankings. And this is the work in progress. I mean, as you can see, I put down the top of the name of the band and how many albums. So at the moment, we're working through about that much. Everything past there is what we've done. But that's that. You know, it's one of the, I mean, I love doing it, don't get me wrong, but it is a hard work and it keeps me occupied. And then I've got all my bits of paper with other stuff. Well organised here. Anyway, I'm going to call it a night because it is getting on. Once again, thank you for those of you that have joined us live tonight. Lovely been chatting to you, Dale. Keep up the good work. And if you ever want to chat, you know where I am. We need to support each other here. Talking about stuff and if any problems. So, once again, thank you very much for everyone that's joined in tonight. What have I got for you tomorrow? We've got a bit of live Bruce Springsteen tomorrow. And an album that I think Dale might be interested in. He likes that sort of thing. We've got Race's one and only album, Smash and Grab. An album that I brought when I was a young boy. So I'm looking forward to that one tomorrow. So have a good week, everybody. I know we'll catch up with you next week here on the live stream, but don't forget to join in, watch what's coming out. And if you haven't subscribed yet, why not? As another YouTuber said, it's free. Just join in, come and be part of it and hit that bell. So bye for me, and Rocky's fast asleep now. It's all that barking. So I will speak to you all soon. Take care, everyone. Bye for now.